Archazia's Island introduces a whole new batch of cards featuring wonderful, continuous art, including one with one of the most popular cards for this new set. What's up, Illumineers? It's Mateus here, and it is time for one of my favorite topics, continuous art. Even though there isn't that many this time around, we'll be covering all of the different continuous arts for Archazia's Island. If you don't know, since Rise of the Floodborn, some of the cards in Disney Lorcana can be combined together to form a continuous picture across them. When looking for a continuous art, you must take into consideration that some of the card's art and the connecting elements might have been hidden behind the card's frame or other elements that are placed above the artwork. As a best practice, if you can't see the full picture, it is recommended to space apart the cards from each other to better see these connecting elements or to fill the gaps. For some of this, simply placing one above the other won't do the trick. So let's jump straight into it and look at this incredible fun art by Rianti Hidayat. Drizella, spoiled stepsister, and Anastasia, bossy stepsister, are the first continuous art we're looking at today. If you put them side by side in the correct order, you can see that they combine to form a very clear and larger picture. Anastasia seems to be arguing with her sister, telling her that she must be the first one to finish their plans. And to do so, she does not hesitate and pushes Drizella into the muddy water. I really like how fun and colorful this art is, not to mention how it clearly captures the personalities of both sisters. By the way, do you want to hear another piece of trivia? Drizella's card also have its own hidden Mickey. If you want to learn more about all hidden Mickeys for Archazia's Island, don't forget to check our dedicated video. Up next, we have Maurice, Unconventional Inventor, and Belle, Apprentice Inventor cards. Belle turned out to be one of the most popular and meta-breaking cards for Archazia's Island, so it is super nice to also see her in the spotlight here, as with her own continuous art. This is one of the examples where we recommend not trying to directly overlap one card above the other, mainly because the connecting elements that would make them continuous, such as more details of the explosive smoke and the wood beams, are unfortunately hidden by the card's frame. But we can safely say that this is a continuous art and that it takes place at the exact same location, exact same time when the machine explodes. What is even more impressive is that these two arts were illustrated by three different artists. Maurice by Andy Strada and Greg Schrader, while Belle was drew by the amazing Joaquin van Gogh. Even though those were created by different people, their continuous art carries over beautifully from one frame to another. For this third continuous art, we have to place them vertically. This is between Jasmine, Inspired Researcher, and Aladdin, Researcher Assistant cards. Even though both cards are clearly connecting to each other, it took me a while to realize that it is Jasmine what Aladdin is holding from underneath. Once you notice, you cannot unsee it though. I love all the details in both of these cards and all the storytelling behind it, especially how the card goes from a full grey motif on Aladdin's card, changing to a steel sapphire merge of colors when getting to Jasmine's dual wing card. Jano and Milika Salikovic did an excellent job collaborating on both these pieces. The attention to details is really stunning and can give a whole new perspective to the storytelling of these cards. The fourth and last fully continuous art for Archazia's Island happens across Susie, Master Seamstress, and Perla, Nimble Seamstress cards. I can't formulate the exact reason why, but I find this to be my favorite continuous art for this set. Maybe it is all of the bright and colorful scene, the mix of the pink with Susie card, carrying over to the big presence of yellow and green with Perla. They both look so happy and proud of their work as seamstress, and this energy really carries through the art of the card. Kapika did an amazing job here, and this will stay for me as one of my favorite continuous arts for the game. What do you think about it? Now, should we take a look at three different honorable mentions as well? These are cards that happen in the same space and share a lot of the same elements, but are not necessarily a one-to-one connection between the art of them. Firstly, we have Anna Icebreaker and Elsa Icemaker cards, both illustrated by the fantastic Ian MacDonald. Even though they are not technically continuous, they are meant to be paired together, as they do take place in the same general area, where both Anna and Elsa are trying to stop the possessed training dummies. At first, I even dare to suggest that they could be a direct continuation, with Anna and Elsa having their backs to each other. But unfortunately this isn't the case, and will have to remain among our honorable mentions instead. Our second honorable mention goes to Pongo Dear Old Dad and Perdita Playful Mother. I probably stared at these two cards for over 5 minutes trying to see if they connect. But the conclusion is that even though they take place at the same exact location, these are not connecting side by side. Both Pongo and Perdita are playing with their puppies, trying to burn their energy and using off the different training platforms to do so. Both are right in front of one of Archazia's towers, and even using the same platform. But the angle for both of these drawings are distinct and definitely happening at two different moments if you notice the different lighting on each art piece. Both pieces were illustrated by Cecile Carr, and it really highlights the playful side of all the doggos. We love this one. Finally, we couldn't finish this video without including Cusco Temporary Whale and Isma Transformed Kitten cards. They are not continuous art by no means, but they do share the same space and moment in time where these art pieces take place. If you look up close to Cusco's card, illustrated by Luca Pinelli, you can see all the way in the back a version of Kitten Isma bouncing between the different trampolines. Now moving on to the Isma card illustrated by Oxen Art, you can notice that she's still bouncing up and down at the same location, even though she seems to have got the hang of it, and it is finally having a better time now. These two pieces bring me so much joy, and it really highlights all of the amazing silliness of Archazia's Island animal cards. And this brings us to the end of this video. What is your favorite continuous art for Archazia's Island? If you like this type of content, let us know by dropping us a comment, giving us a like, and subscribing for more future content. And if you haven't watched it just yet, don't forget to check out all of our previous videos where we cover the different continuous arts from the previous sets. And until next time, happy questing!